Hey, Kerry, thank you for joining me.
You're more than welcome, Reese.
Great to see you. So, if we start with a quick introduction to yourself and the project, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, of course. So I am Kerry, the founder of Girls in Sports, which is an app directory connecting clubs with girls and women.
Fantastic. So, when you came up with the idea, how did you, what spurred that idea on? Did you notice a gap in the market, or was there a particular problem you were looking to solve? How did the startup idea come about?
Yeah, so it was this time last year, and I thought with all of the hype around the girls' World Cup for the rugby, for the football, I just looking from the outside, it looked like there were so many girls and women's clubs that were so established. But it wasn't until my twin daughters actually asked me to go in and find them a rugby club that they wanted to join, which took the whole process took around 6 to 8 weeks to find and contact a rugby club, which I really could not believe. So I started to delve into who I was making contact with through LinkedIn in different social media. And all that kept on cropping up was people on LinkedIn and various companies saying we just don't have enough women's and girls' participation in sports. But then on the flip side of things, I was seeing on social media mums and dads saying we don't know where clubs are. Does anyone know where there's a football club, a hockey club, somewhere where my daughter really wants to take up darts and snooker and boxing? And and I started to realise there was a real gap missing. And I think it really dawned on me there was a gap when I put it into Chat GBT and into Google, bring up my local sports clubs for girls, and it basically said this directory does not exist. And straight away, I knew that was going to be my journey. That was my
Yeah,
journey, and that is what I had to do.
fantastic. So you use a bit of AI, a bit of research as part of that validation
Yeah,
side of things, and then kind of combined it with real world, I suppose, experience and conversations. And obviously, we first met at the business show a couple of years back, I think it was.
yeah.
So at what point, obviously, since meeting versus starting with the prototype and developing to the MVP, at what point did you decide that the idea or the concept was like serious enough to invest the time and money into getting it launched?
Yeah, sure. So I think when I met you a couple of years ago, obviously I already had a different app in mind that I was sort of
Mhm.
playing around with. And I'd come across many different developers, but no one really sat right with me. And it was literally as I was walking out the business show and I bumped into you and I saw your advert, and straight away we just had a connection, and I just felt so comfortable with you. And I think I was very impressed at sort of for the young age that you was, which is lovely because it's a lot younger than me. For the age that you was and for what you'd done in such a short space of time, um, it was just so impressive. It really, really inspired me. And I just knew when I was going to create an app, I knew somewhere down the line, you was the person that I wanted to have on board. So when the idea came about of what I need to do, there was no sort of hesitation of a trust aspect. And I think when you're designing an app, you really have to have a trust of who you want to give your idea to. So I had no hesitation whatsoever to sort of give you a call and say, right, this is my idea. And then obviously you let me know that we could do some sort of mock up, which
Yeah,
was amazing. And we sort of went from there.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We started with that proof of concept design, didn't we? Where we kind of mapped out what the pages would look like, and I suppose you took a look at it, maybe shared it around, validated the idea a little bit further with something kind of tangible. What
Yeah.
made you decide to go with that as opposed to going, right, I'm going to build it straight away and we're going to launch it? What made you take that extra step before kind of the full build?
I think I think because I had great faith in you, and because how you dealt with me, and you made me believe that this could work. I just know that it was something. There was nothing else out there like it. There's no such directory out there that can, where clubs can go onto the app, pull up by postcode, where businesses can go on and sponsor clubs, where women can go and shop, because that was another big problem. Walking into a sports shop and being told that we do not sell women's football and rugby equipment. And actually, they didn't really sell any of women's stuff apart from gym gear anyway. And I just
Mm.
knew, just by having the shopping page as well, there was definitely a really big gap. And I knew if I didn't go for it first, someone else was going to. It was only a matter of time because there was really this bridge. It was huge that was missing. So yeah, so I think it was having a trust and faith in you,
Mhm.
and I just knew this was my journey. I just, I went with my gut.
Great, fantastic. And so far, it's we've obviously got you built, got you launched, got you on the app stores, and it sounds like from what I've seen, early traction is compounding, and you're starting to get club sign-ups and users, which is really great to see. So, how did you find the overall process from sort of start to finish, getting your idea validated, and then the sort of soundboarding sessions we had, and then the actual launch? How did you find that process?
To be honest with you, it was probably I didn't realise how in depth it was probably going to be. I think I was expecting, to give all my ideas over and just for it to be built. But obviously, there is so much more, which is great because you
Mhm.
respect the whole process so much more. But I think I've always told you right from the start, I am no tech. I do not like tech at all. So that was quite nerve wracking for me, and it's still quite nerve
Mhm.
wracking for me. But I had the safety net, and I've always had the
Mhm.
safety net of you right from the beginning. So I've never, just knowing that I can drop you an email or give you a quick phone call. It was such a big thing for me just to know that I had someone to fall back on, and I still have because we
Mhm.
speak quite regularly during the week still now.
We do, absolutely, yeah, yeah. I think a lot of what we do is obviously trying to position you and position the app as founder-led. So although we're the execution layer, we're the ones designing, building, getting it launched. It's still your business. It's still your startup.
Yeah.
So we like to push a lot of that onus onto you in terms of we'll give you direction and we'll give you support, but we want it to feel like your project and your app, which it is at the end of the day.
It is, yeah.
Um, yeah, making sure you have your stamp on it as
Yeah.
opposed to us, and that's I think quite different because a lot of agencies will just say yes to everything. Every idea you come up with, they'll build it and kind of just rack up the bill and bill you by the hour. Whereas you've seen this recently, we push back on a lot of things and challenge a lot of assumptions that you might have,
Yeah.
um, which obviously in the end results in a much more refined product that actually solves the problem as opposed to listening to everyone and building like a big kind of Frankenstein
Absolutely.
project.
Yeah, it actually felt, to be honest with you, I think the way that we actually worked, it didn't feel that it was my app and you guys were just built it. It was a
Mm,
team. We was a team building
mm,
it, which was great. So yeah, I think from start to finish, well, actually, we've not finished. This is just the beginning of our journey, sort of together.
mm.
Um, as I've always said to you, I will not be going anywhere else. You are with me until the end.
Great.
There will not be an end. It will just keep on growing, and we've got so many more ideas that what we have in the pipeline of once this app
Mhm,
gets going, of the more stuff we're going to add on to the app and how
mhm,
it's going to evolve, and it's already evolved so much more than what we actually anticipated right from the beginning, where we thought it was just going to be an app directory.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of evolution cycles already. We've gone through a lot of feedback and iteration within it. I suppose, what's your sort of goals for this year with Girls of Sports? Do you see it going in a particular direction? Are you focusing on clubs? Are you focusing on users? What are your goals?
So the users I don't need to worry so much on because we've already had such a big uptake straight away from
Mhm,
users, and that's we've not even opened the floodgates yet to users. But just constantly networking, telling people about this, even if they're actually already joined to clubs, but they're going to be going through the app for the shopping channel. So I think, sort of, especially in the next 6 months, we're going to see a huge drive. I've already had offers from schools, high schools, to go in there to promote the app as well. And when you think the average high school actually has around 1,500 students,
mhm,
probably about, say, half of those are girls. It's quite a big uptake, when they're just going along scanning a code, and everyone likes to tell everyone about a new app, especially if it's something that's going to be helping them as well. So
mhm,
I think, I definitely think the next 6 months is going to be quite big for us. We've launched sort of 5 weeks ago. The amount of people that I've spoke to already, and the amount of people, the excitement from people is amazing, absolutely amazing. I knew it was going to be great, but it's
Mm.
fantastic. Speaking to ex-athletes who have gone out and set their own foundations up for football, and one in particular. And she actually said to me, Kerry, I can't actually believe this has never ever been done before. I don't think, well done you. This is
Mm.
absolutely amazing. And I've had the same feedback from women and men, from founders of, clubs and sports brands. Yeah, it's amazing to hear people's feedback. Everyone's so excited about finally having something that was a missing link.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely one of those projects that we see a lot where it could just be a good idea, but actually this is something that there's a real gap in that market for it, and it's solving a real problem, which is is part of what we do, is trying to figure out, is this just a nice idea and nice to have, or is this actually going to serve people? And I think you kind of check that box really well. Yeah, so it's been absolutely fantastic work on the project, and yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing what we've got this year, and hopefully in the near future as well.
Yeah, this time next year, Rodders, oh,
Fantastic, Kerry.
we'll all be millionaires.
Brilliant, Kerry. Thank you for joining me. Really appreciate the time, and yeah, we're looking forward to keep working together.
Oh, it's lovely. And thank you so much for all of your support.
Pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.